Hallo, hier ist Michael Adams für Stock-Telegraph. Ich freue mich heute besonders, dass ich den Chris Taylor von Dunnedin, is that the right way to pronounce it? Dunnedin, nochmal hier im Interview habe. Wir hatten ja vor einiger Zeit einen sehr langen CEO-Roaster gemacht, der war, glaube ich, fast 2 Stunden lang und ich hatte halt auch von Ihnen Anfragen, dass wir doch mal so eine kurze Zusammenfassung machen und habe jetzt die Gelegenheit genutzt, weil die Company hat gerade News rausgegeben bezüglich einer Finanzierung und ja, das wollte ich jetzt gerade mal mit dem Chris besprechen. So Chris, thanks for taking the time to talk to me. We did this, I was referring to our long, 2-hour almost CEO roaster type of video, which was really, really good, but a lot of people told me it's just way too long.
Yeah,
right?
That's right,
so, And the reason I'm dropping by, besides that, is you just recently announced news on the financing, which is now finally closed in that market, right? So congratulations
thank you, Michael. Yeah.
And but for the guys that didn't see the long version, which I urge you to do, and I will link that below this video, can you give us the basic story of Dunnedin in a nutshell?
Okay, in a nutshell, we have a 100% option on a diamond project in northern Canada. So it's close to infrastructure. There's a city nearby. There's a mine that just went into production right beside of our claims. And this is what the story is really all about. These are diamonds, Michael. So have a look at these. They're actually very nice looking diamonds. So you can see what we recovered from the first sample that we took. And I know we've talked about this publicly, but and it's I got married when I was very young, so it's nice to see that these are bigger diamonds than I got my wife in her engagement ring.
Another one?
I should have counted those vials.
Okay, so
and I'm gonna keep these.
Did I at least get the good ones? No, I'm just kidding.
So we got these out of it would probably be a piece of rock less than 1 meter by 1 meter.
Okay, so which is the biggest?
The biggest individual crystal is that's 0.85 carats. That's almost
I have no idea
if
this works out, but I would try.
Yeah.
So this is how it works. Okay.
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm trying to count in German.
Okay. So 3 was okay. That's 4, 5.
I think I'm missing a couple.
No. It's all gone. Okay.
So yeah, the company has a project in northern Canada. It has very high grade kimberlites on the project that we're sampling now. And recently we brought in Chuck Fipke, who's famous in Canada for having discovered Canada's first operational diamond mine in Ekati. And there's a number of similarities between this project and Ekati, which is why Chuck is involved. And what we've announced is that we've closed a financing. Chuck Fipke put in $250,000
of his own money,
of his money to get everything going. And what we're going to have is the agreement that we have with Chuck now going forward is our company really needed somebody that understood diamonds clearly, because there's very few people, what would you call them, institutional investors who are active in mineral exploration these days. So by using Chuck Fipke's lab facilities and his expertise, the stuff that's in here it's taken him decades to put together, and the money that he has at his disposal, we have a combination in the company of a track record of success, the knowledge we need to make this project work out for our investors, and the financial support so that we know that we're going to be there over the long haul. So it's the kind of thing that has taken, I got to know Chuck about 2 years ago, and it's taken that amount of time to show him that we have the diamonds on the project that we said we did, and the project has the scope to be a major diamond project.
And now that Chuck is a shareholder,
that's right.
Will you get special pricings for his lab services?
We do. We actually, he's going to cover for us 33% of all of his lab bills.
Wow.
So the lab is already cost effective, but it's going to be even more so. So now our shareholders aren't on the hook for raising as much money as we would have had to do otherwise. Because right now, the stage of our project, yes, there's exploration to do on the project, but mostly we need to recover diamonds from our targets, right? And we have a number of other targets. You can't see them in the interview, but Michael's looking at a diagram on the board. All those red spots are kimberlite pipes, and all of those red lines are kimberlite dikes. There's literally there's many dozens of targets that we have on the project. Chuck is going to help us using his lab and using his expertise to hone in on exactly where the best diamonds, the best concentrations of diamonds are going to be found in our project. There's a lot of diamond bearing rock on that project. This green stuff that's sitting in front of you here, Michael, this is where it comes out of. So this is what this is what we're processing in the lab right now,
Okay.
and this is what we processed before. So these sort of green rocks, and which one of those out of all the kimberlites on the project are going to have the best grades and the nicest diamonds in it? That's what Chuck is going to help us figure out.
Okay.
And by lining up with him strategically and using his lab, it's going to be quality work that we can rely on going forward, right? And the financial support that we need too.
Okay.
So it's a holistic approach to make the company work out well, and make sure that we have to go back to the market less often to raise money.
Yeah.
So
Because that's everybody, especially when the share price is, suffering in this resource market overall. Everybody is keen on getting as low as a dilution as possible, right? And but of course, as I understand, you need to continue your work.
You
right?
do.
So it's kind of a
Yeah.
not a good situation, but that's the resource market. But give us an outlook. So what kind of news flow can the investor expect in 2016?
Well, we've got a lot of rock still in the lab that we're recovering diamonds from. So there's several more tons of kimberlite. So these kind of things, these little vials full of diamonds, they're very nice looking stones. And one of the things that we were clear that we would do was publish pictures of all the diamonds that we recovered on the projects. It's not selective, right? We want investors to know there's no
full picture.
There's no, as we say in English, BS involved in this, right? So we want to be able to show that these are what the diamonds from the project look like, and that's how we're going to get that kind of transparency. So investors are going to get lots of new diamonds coming out, and what's really exciting for us too, in addition to recovering diamonds from the kimberlites, the way that Chuck found a caddy is he went out there and he used this special till sampling method that figures out where the diamond bearing targets are going to be. We did that on our project this summer. We took over 180 samples, and that's going to be the next material that we process in the lab. And that material is going to show us, out of all these targets that you can see up on the screen in front of you, which are the best ones for having the highest diamond content. So we're going to be able to add not just more diamond carats to our story and recover more stones, but also add to the total number of targets that have diamonds in them. So that's the goal for investors. There's going to be news on generating more stones and more targets that can have stones in them. So it's very rare for a company to be able to put together an active diamond district like this in one project and be able to be recovering diamonds from bulk sampling at the same time. So lots of news. You're going to see fresh news on a regular basis for several months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect. So I urge you to take a look at the website. It's Dunnedin Ventures Inc.com.
Yeah, that's right.
I always struggle with the ink, right? So Dunnedin Ventures Inc.com. I will also link this, and just start following the company, do your own due diligence. There's a presentation on the website available, and Chris is available if you want to talk in person and get more information. Thanks for now.
Thanks very much, Michael.
For the update.
Very good to see you.
Thank you
very much.